Hey guys, welcome back to Human Condition. This video is another video in our philosophy series. In this video, I think it's a pretty interesting one. It's going to be, does freedom truly exist? So I thought this was a pretty interesting one. In this video, I first came up with the idea was because I was thinking to myself, people say freedom comes with responsibility. However, freedom came with responsibility, is it really freedom? Because you'd think freedom would, if you had freedom, there would be no responsibility. And that's when I started thinking about this cool concept of how freedom in this life, can we actually truly achieve freedom? In this lifetime, can we actually truly achieve freedom? And I feel like the answer is yes and no. I feel like freedom should always be appreciated, never taken for granted, especially like the freedom of religion, freedom of speech, and never take freedoms for granted. However, I feel like ultimately and true freedom can't be achieved. So yes and no. I feel like freedom doesn't does truly exist in a way, but not really, because you can't achieve true freedom. So no, I feel like the answer is kind of yes and no, but mainly leaning a little bit no, because freedom always comes with responsibilities. And I feel like in day-to-day life, it's kind of like everyone is trying to achieve more freedom, if you think about it, because we all have these desires that we want to chase our goals, and achieve great things. However, our desires will always conflict with someone else's desires. So there's always sometimes a battle between two individuals' freedoms, because one person wants to do this thing, the other person wants to do that thing. So because of that confliction, it's good because it builds character. Responsibility builds character. It helps us become better and more helpful people. However, the ironic part is people will always seek more freedom, but inevitably it's something that you'll chase and never truly achieve, because there's always going to be something else, another responsibility that comes with it. However, that's still a good thing, because it's not all negative, because responsibilities help us build character and help us grow as people, and help us grow and help us relate to other people. So I thought this was a really interesting topic. So one could argue the person with less freedom actually has less responsibility. So therefore, wouldn't they have more freedom? This kind of tough, rough, like brutal. But I guess not, because they have less freedom but less responsibility. So they'll have less awareness of what they have capable. However, but is it really great not to have no freedom and no responsibility? Probably not. But one could argue that the person with less freedom, because they have less responsibility, has more freedom. But obviously, I don't know how I feel about that or agree with that, because yes, you'll have less responsibility, but you'll always know in the back of your mind, because consciousness itself makes us want to have freedom, because we all have like a conscious thought of, I need to be free and need to chase my goals, So I feel like the idea of freedom first even is just linked to consciousness itself. For example, as we age, like the only time we're truly free completely is when we're like really little. Like the only time in this lifetime I feel like true freedom is like when we're like have no responsibilities at all, but that's only like when we're little. So the ironic part is, in life, we chase freedom as we get older, and in actuality, we had more freedom when we were younger, which I think is kind of ironic. So yeah, does freedom truly exist? I would say it does. Yes, it does. Yes and no, but leaning more towards no, I guess, just because freedom. There's three ways in my mind we achieve freedom. As an individual, you have to fight for your own freedom, or you have someone else fight for your freedom. That's the only two ways you have freedom. It's either you fight for your own freedom, or someone else fights for your freedom. Or third option, And then even when you achieve that freedom, for example, let's say you fight for something you work hard for and you finally achieve it, now you have the responsibility to take care of it. So even then you don't have complete freedom. And then you can also have someone who fights for your freedom, which is awesome. But even in that scenario, when someone fights for your freedom, you achieve it, but then you have the responsibility that comes with after achieving that freedom. So you will never have complete true freedom, but at the end of the day, the responsibilities we have even though it's not complete true freedom, helps us build stronger connections with people, and grow our character, and helps us with build a society even better. So at the end of the day, even though we can't achieve absolute freedom, striving to be more free helps us grow as people, as I think, in my opinion. And obviously, you shouldn't take your freedoms for granted. But absolute freedom, even though it doesn't exist, it's actually good that we have responsibilities as well, in my opinion. So yeah, let me know down below what you guys think. Does freedom truly exist? My answer is yes and no, but leaning towards no. But at the end of the day, it's all right because responsibilities are important to help society function. So let me know down below what you guys think. And as always, thanks again for watching. Also, thanks again for all the recent support. I really appreciate it. And as always, thanks again for watching. Like and subscribe if you want. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.